Welcome to humanity. This is our one.
Whatever it takes, we got to say. Whatever it takes is what it took.
This is Brock Lesnar, and you're listening to FightNet Radio.
Hi, this is Manny Pacquiao. I'll fight anybody on FightNetRadio.com.
But it's a fact. You know what I mean? How dare them even challenge me, these fighters? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? With their primitive boxing skills. You know what I mean? They're as good as dead.
I would like to welcome everyone to Fight Week, powered by Monster Products, and our final press conference for Andre Ward versus Sergey Kovalev 2, the rematch. Back in November, the two best pound-for-pound fighters in the world tested each other like they had never been tested in their careers. On that night, Andre Ward faced a defining moment and countered with an epic comeback victory over Sergey Kovalev to become the new unified light heavyweight world champion. Over the last 3 months, everything that needs to be said about this fight has been said. We don't need to build hype any longer. The table has been set for what we believe will be the fight of the year, not a money-grabbing spectacle that will take place later this summer here in Las Vegas. We have two fighters with different styles who approach the sport differently and clearly handle themselves differently outside of the ring. There is no hiding the truth and fact that there is dislike throughout these camps, or that Sergey has made some outlandish comments time and time again. My daughter, who attended the Grand Arrivals earlier this week, asked me the other night, "Daddy, why was he pointing at you?" I reminded her that bullies always tend to pick on those a little bit, just a little bit smaller. But I told her that's okay, because Andre will take care of business on Saturday night. For Team Ward's perspective, once the fight is over on Saturday night, there will be no doubt. There will be no excuses. There will be no debated ending. Saturday, June 17th, will be an opportunity for Andre to solidify his status as the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world. We're excited to be here in Las Vegas, the biggest stage in boxing, live at the Mandalay Bay Event Center and on HBO pay-per-view. Rock Nation is proud to be the lead promoter of this global event, presented by Corona Extra. The 12-round mega fight for the WBO, IBF, WBA Light Heavyweight World Championship will be produced and distributed live by HBO's pay-per-view beginning at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Pacific. And tickets are still available on Axis.com, AXS.com, at the Mandalay Bay Event Center box office. We're also proud to present a stable of exciting televised and undercard matchups on Saturday night as well. Right before our main event, we have reigning WBA World Super Bantamweight Champion and one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the world, Guillermo El Chaka Rigondeaux, against WBA interim title holder Moises Chucky Flores in a long-awaited mandatory 12-round WBA title defense that will tarnish one fighter's perfect record. Prior to that battle, we will see light heavyweight matchup between Dimitri Bivol and Cedric L.O.W. Agnew. And leading off the HBO pay-per-view lineup will be USBA middleweight champion Luis Cuba Arias and prime contender Arif the Predator Magomedov. for a title defense. I would also like to spotlight the additional Rock Nation Sports boxers joining the lineup on Saturday night, including John Bauza, Junior Union, and Tremaine Williams. We are looking forward to all of your matchups on boxing's biggest stage. MGM and HBO are synonymous with the best boxing events, and Rock Nation is honored to be working in partnership with them for yet another historic fight. This event would not have been possible without the support of Richard Sturm and Sid Greenfeig, of MGM and HBO's Peter Nelson and Tony Walker. I'd like to take this opportunity to specifically thank all of them. Thank you to the Nevada Athletic Commission, which have been a great help to everyone on this promotion. And a special thank you to their executive director, Bob Bennett. We love being here in Las Vegas. I'd also like to thank our chairman, Jay-Z, and president of Rock Nation Sports, Juan Perez, for their support of this sure-to-be epic event. We set a goal to do big fights, and this is the second big fight we've accomplished in the last 7 months. Also, I would like to welcome Charlie Bell, our Rock Nation Vice President, as well as Rudy Gay, who are both here today. Additionally, a big thank you to our presenting partner, Corona Extra, as well as Jet Lux, Life 10 Electrolyte Water, Zappos, Douce Cognac, Bodybuilding.com, and Monster Products. I would like to welcome the founder and CEO of Life 10, Lester Ziegler, and head monster of Monster Products, Noel Lee, who are both here in attendance today. Thank you to the members of the media who have worked with us throughout this promotion to carry our narrative to the fans. You are very, very much appreciated. And a special thank you to the entire boxing community. This past week, as everybody is aware, one of our fighters, Daniel Franco, suffered a devastating head injury. We ask that you continue to extend your thoughts and prayers to Daniel and his family during this very difficult time. And last but certainly not least, a thank you to Team Ward. Andre, James Prince, Josh Dubin, Virgil Hunter, and most importantly, Andre's wife, Tiffany Ward. Not only for once again putting your unblemished championship record on the line under the bright lights of the Sin City, but for being incredible partners throughout this process and the best ambassadors the sport of boxing could ever ask for. Andre, you have been absolutely tremendous in the preparation and promotion of this fight. Thank you. Now, I'd like to invite Main Event's owner and CEO, Kathy Duva, to the microphone for her opening remarks.
Thank you, of course, to HBO, the number one network in boxing. I don't care what anybody says. It's going to be for forever. Peter Nelson, Tony Walker, Jonathan Gall, Space Stallone, and all the other amazing people and talented artists that work with you. Whenever you're involved in an event, it is always a classier event, a step above, and working with you is always a joy. I also want to thank, speaking of joy, the great staff here at Mandalay Bay, Richard Sturm, Scott Gertner, and all the incredible people that get everything done here. And of course, thank our sponsors. I don't know there's too many people left in the room to thank anyway, so we're not going to go through all of them, but I want to talk about the fight. And at this point, I would like to thank, before that, I'd like to thank the media. I always do. Whether I say it here up on the lectern or whether I tell you in person, because without you, we don't have a sport, and certainly wouldn't have a big event this weekend. And I do appreciate the fact that you spend your time and effort, most, if not all of you, for very little or no reward at all when you cover our events. But it seems strange to me that the question I've heard most often this week since I've arrived from the media is, why is this not a bigger event? Well, this is a big event. This is the best fighting the best, literally. Number one and number two in the world fighting a rematch of a controversial fight, the most controversial fight of last year, both in their primes, both just 7 months away from their first encounter. They are two of the finest athletes in the world, two grandmasters in the ring, testing their skills and their intellects in a fight that is what the media and the fans always say they want. Well, this is what we have brought you. We have brought you what you want. So today you can decide, when you carry our message out to the rest of the world, whether you want to tell your readers, your listeners, and your viewers that this is an amazing event that is well worth their time and their money, or if you want to spend more time talking about a lot of manufactured drama outside this ring, or about that circus that's going to take place here in August. All of the elements are here. HBO, Mandalay Bay, our great cable and satellite partners, two of the great elite fighters in our sport, in their prime. A great event where absolutely anything can happen. And now it's up to you, and I implore all of you to please go out and tell our story. Tell our story to the fans who will all, I promise you, be kicking themselves on Sunday morning if they miss this. It's a great event. Tickets are available. Pay-per-view, satellite, cable, you know the drill. I hope that these two gentlemen get the attention and the acclaim they deserve for engaging in this fight the way they are going to. I don't know why you think the best will fight the best, ever, if when it happens you don't go out and tell our story the way it needs to be told. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Now joining us on behalf of HBO is Vice President of HBO Pay-Per-View, Tony Walker.
Thanks, Michael, and thank all of you for coming today, and let's talk some boxing. On behalf of our Executive Vice President, Peter Nelson, and the rest of the HBO staff, we really appreciate the efforts of you supporting boxing and supporting this great event on Saturday. I would like to thank the press for the attention you've given this show, and especially thank your editors for recognizing the significance of a top-flight boxing event. Must thank the promoters. It is never easy to put together a top-flight boxing match, an event with a main event like we have, and an entertaining undercard for the fans. So thanks to Michael, Kathy, and their staffs for doing such a great job. Also like to thank our friends at Mandalay Bay, Mr. Sturm. We love coming here, and I think all of you do too. It's a great place to do a broadcast. We are extremely proud to present this as a pay-per-view show because this is boxing at its highest level. These are two veteran fighters at the top of their game who have had great international acclaim and success. And when you get around these fighters, you see the confidence that they exude. And they have a lot to fight for on Saturday night. They put their careers on the line. I've also heard that there's a bit of a rivalry between the two on a personal level. So it all adds up to a great night of sports television, something that we think is worth the boxing fans to put their money and their time to. If you find anyone who doesn't think this is a great show, I would direct them to either watch a replay of the first fight or watch the 24/7 documentary that we did about this show. And I must say that the first 2 minutes of 24/7 is gripping television. You can watch either show at HBO.com, HBO On Demand, or just go to our HBO YouTube boxing channel. And lastly, I want to thank our distributors. As Kathy said, the cable, satellite, telephone companies who have done a good job of telling people about this event on Saturday. We promise you, in conjunction with them, a great broadcast, very clear picture, and an entertaining night of TV. The suggested retail price is $54.95. So thanks for coming, and we will see you on Saturday night.